Alrighty everyone, what is up? I hope you are having a great day. I hope you've been having a good week. We are almost to the weekend, people. But it is Thursday, and Thursday is when we are playing some retro games. Today we're playing Link's Awakening. This is the 2019 remake. So, if you're new here, you know that this is normally a retro gaming channel. This is just a little bit different. This is a remake of a retro, so we're kind of bending the rules a little bit. But there is a full playlist. If you like this sort of content, if you like this retro gaming, there are all sorts of other playlists here on the channel. You can watch the full run-through of this game that we have played thus far. We're on, I guess this is number 8. I'm trying to look at I got all my crap in front of me, and I'm trying to figure out which number we're on. I believe this is number 8, so there should be 7 other live streams that you can view in the playlist tab. I do recommend the playlist tab because everything's organized, nice and good for you all if you're wanting to watch these run-throughs. But there are also playthroughs of Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. By the way, I'm going to talk about this retro card just a little bit in a second. But yeah, there are playlists of... There's Ocarina of Time, I've got Star Fox, we played Link to the Past before doing Link's Awakening here on this channel, and all sorts of other games, and I take requests. But let me talk about this cart real quick. We're going to start this game in just a couple minutes, but I do like to introduce you guys to what this channel is kind of about. So behind me, and I know it's dark, but I have a AV cart that I have built. Kind of my retro card of my dreams, my childhood dreams here. All of this stuff is out from storage that I got out just a couple months ago, and I really started posting a lot more on this channel here. But what I've got is a cart that I can roll around. This is all movable. Again, I know this is dark, but I can roll this around. I'm trying to keep it in frame here. But I've got an old school tube TV, a CRT TV. This thing's as old as I am. And I've got all of my old consoles on here with my old games and accessories, which I kept because retro games are back. A lot of people are trying to go back to this stuff, and that's a separate conversation about, you know, the state of modern gaming, but we will stick to this for now. But I've got old games like on the Sega Genesis back here. I know this is very dark. I'll have to make a separate thing. Actually, this might work here. Maybe just a little bit. I got my light up there. There is an original Xbox down here. This is a straight up VCR. VHS player. For those of you young, too young, maybe didn't mess around with these. This is my N64, which is currently, if you know this, comment down below. This is literally just a still shot of a game, and I'll mention it a little bit later, but if you want to comment below what you think it is. I don't think you can see the cartridge from there. Maybe you can. This is a Sega Genesis back here. It's got Mortal Kombat. It is very dark, once again. An old DVD player, my house DVDs, because I'm a big fan. And all my old stuff down here. I've got a Nintendo Wii, accessories, different games, and I've showed you, in some other videos I've shown some of this stuff, but I'll have to make like a comprehensive list for you guys because I do know that some of you have asked for specific games, which I greatly appreciate. Let me turn my light back. And I will be getting through all of this stuff. I have such a ginormous backlog of different games, and I've got different like handheld devices and stuff that I've got. I've got Game Boy Advances. These are Game & Watches that came out not too long ago. I've talked about these in the last stream. One for Zelda, one for Mario. But I've got my Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. And today, of course, we're on the Nintendo Switch because it's got quite the library of old, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all of that stuff. But I love this. I like to keep this playing. This Ghibli-style opening to Link's Awakening. There was a really cool style in the original Game Boy game as well. But this one, obviously, almost 30 years later, remade. So, quite the awesome thing. So we are in the Turtle Rock dungeon, and I believe this is the final dungeon before we do the final face-off for like this whole game. So let me know in the live chat. If you're here live, if you're not watching this after the fact, you can comment below. But have you finished this game? Have you finished the old one? Do you like the original black and white version on the original Game Boy, the color version that came out later, which I like to talk about all the different things that have sort of changed or have been added. In the last video, we did the color dungeon, which was an addition that the original 93 original Game Boy did not have. Of course, they added that with the DX version, which was the color Game Boy Color version. So anyway, I like to talk about all that stuff. I feel like almost a veteran of some of these games. I'm not an old person, I'm not like super old, but I feel like with video gaming, there's kind of a different, kind of a frame shift in how old you are and which games you've played. So I played a lot of these games. A lot of these games I never finished. This is not one of those games. Link to the Past, prior to this, I had not finished, and there's a full playlist. So check those out. And let's go ahead and get started. I do have my game screen back, so let's get started. I do these streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I play Halo multiplayer on Wednesday nights. So there is a live stream from last night with my fire team, which is it's all fun and games. And we've been playing a lot of. They put up a new playlist, which kind of uses like Halo 1, 2, and 3 maps, which is always appreciated. But that's a little bit random for today's stream. Today is all about Zelda. Level 8 Turtle Rock. And by the way, what are your speculations on what's coming up? You know, they're talking about an Ocarina of Time remake. Of course, we all talked about Star Fox like last week. I did a live stream running through the old school Nintendo 64, like the one behind me, Star Fox. So what are your thoughts on all those things? I would absolutely love to hear from you all. I try to interact with you all. If I get stuck on something, I like to ask you guys how you beat certain things. This is the start of a new dungeon. Alright, that guy. This like flying imp situation. He does not go away. Okay. We have opened 2 doors just to begin here. These temples, I say temples is verbiage from Ocarina of Time. These dungeons at this late stage, and this is the final dungeon, I do believe, is confusing. It can be confusing. There is also, and we're going to talk about it when we get there, but there is quite the frustrating challenge in terms of a new, we're just going to call it the platform. We'll get to it. I don't know what to call it. When we get there, you will know, because it is a kind of a pain, and I don't remember what this looked like in the original game. I'm sure it was similar sorts of platforms. Okay, this is what I'm actually talking about now. I can't get to it from here, so this is something for later, but these platforms are super annoying. We'll get to it when we get to it. These are the good old gotta hit him in the back situation. Okay, I always mention this in my streams because sometimes I make YouTube shorts I clip a lot of these games. I go back and clip them, and then I've got people asking who don't regularly watch my live streams, like, how'd you get through this part of the dungeon? Like new players who have never done this. And I always suggest when these dungeons get confusing, is to put a pin. Now this feature was not available in the old Link's Awakening, but I match up pins to different stairs so that you can make your way around the dungeons, because this one is big and is going to get confusing. So we are already starting on our first set of stairs here. Another thing I always mention, because there's a lot of crossover with some Mario games, if you sword swipe one of these Goombas, you don't get anything. But you are rewarded. What is up, Dunk Nasty? You are always rewarded with a Goomba with a heart if you take it out Mario style. And of course, by Mario style, I mean jumping on top of its head. So if you do that, you always get a heart. But if you sword slash him, you get nothing. How are you doing, Dunk Nasty? How is how's your playthrough going? I believe you are maybe one dungeon behind where I currently am. So I don't want to spoil anything for you. I do appreciate you are here. Okay, we have our mirror shield now, so we can do that to these guys. That was not something we could do earlier. We do not have the beak to do this. Yeah, just finished the 6th one. So this is dungeon 8, I believe. So 6 would have been the face shrine, I think. Is that right? The face shrine? So we popped out here, so we're gonna put a heart right there. Does this move? No, it doesn't. Oh, we have seen this guy before. This guy throws his cannonball at you, and now you just have to launch it at him, and you can actually just get it back. If you toss it at a good angle, where he can't get it, then he just never gets it back. Super enjoyable. This was my first time playing it, and seeing you play it was 100% the reason I picked it up. I am very glad to hear that, man. I didn't know. I know you were playing this, so I didn't. But I didn't realize it was your very first playthrough of this game. So if I can bring that to you, then holy crap, I have a lot more games. I have a lot more Zelda games that you're gonna want to play. This is by no means the only Zelda game that you should be playing. Zelda is a deep rabbit hole. You play one, and then you want to play like all 24 or whatever it is. Okay, we have the stone beak. I know you said you have played a lot of Ocarina of Time. I don't know if you've played like Twilight Princess, Link to the Past. I think you were here when we played Link to the Past. Okay, we're gonna use a different what do you call it? A different marker. So we use the heart on these. That's to make sure that if I go in this set of stairs, I pop out of that side. So we're going to use a different marker because we're going to presumably pop out somewhere else. Holy... Alright. I already forgot where it was. Oh, I just got Mario'd. Okay, the middle two. 1, 3, and 5 here are okay to stand on. Okay. We're in a platform right now. Like a platformer, I mean. Alright, what have we here? This, I think the music to this inspired, I've not played that many Zelda games really. Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, now this. Okay, yeah, you are, we're gonna get some more Zelda games, man. We're gonna do it. I may have just screwed myself out of a section here. Okay, there's a bombable wall over there. Is that in the room prior to where we... No, it's right here. I am deathly low on bombs, I just realized. Oh, before I forget, we're gonna put this pin down. It was a spade. So, yeah, see how confusing this can get? So we popped in through this room, and then we're way over here now. Okay. I've had one of the Game Boy games. I can't remember if it was Awakening or Past. Yeah, so Link to the Past came out as a kind of a double feature with 4 swords on the Game Boy Advance. I have a copy of that, actually. I don't know if I showed you guys. But yeah, I have a copy of that one. And then Link's Awakening also came out on the original Game Boy, as well as the color version, which was the Link's Awakening DX. So, and of course all of those are playable on a Game Boy Advance. Got super stuck early and that was a wrap. Yeah. You mean a few years ago? Like when you played it originally, you mean? You got stuck and that was it. That tends to happen. That happened to me with Majora's Mask, and I have never beaten Majora's Mask. And people absolutely know, like as a kid. Yeah. I figured so. That's what happened with me with Majora's Mask, and I've got it. And I'm going to have to play that game on a live stream. But I have already been asked. Super Metroid is next. And I know a lot of people want to watch Ocarina of Time on a live stream. Even though I've already done a full playlist. Like, you can watch my videos of Ocarina of Time if you'd like. I do appreciate people wanting me to do the live stream of Ocarina of Time. For sure. I will do that again. Give people what they want. And I love that game. That is actually my favorite Zelda game. I believe everyone knows that by now. Okay, 1, 3, 5. Oh, of course. I was trying to grab onto the first rail. If you move even slightly forward, it takes you, like, all the way there. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Oh, I didn't press up. That's frustrating. It won't grab the ladder unless you'll have to, like, press up while you're moving forward and jumping. That's what happened there. Okay, there were entire sections in the very beginning of this dungeon. We also have one here. We have not gone to the left. I believe this was the room we were in earlier from the other side of it. So I'm gonna try to show you this awful thing. This is a thing that frustrated me to no end on this game, and funny enough, it's probably even easier on this version than it is on the original. So, this thing, well, let me just show you. And if I do it right the first time, I'm going to be amazed at myself. Nope. Okay, so what you have to do here is, well, I'm going to have to leave the room just to get this started again. But the platform, you can control it with, you know, up, down, left, right, all of that stuff. But you have to finish the entire area that's in black. And if you make one wrong turn, then the whole machine stops. So in essence, from this little platform here, I need to go up and over and all the way around to fill in the entire floor. And again, if you don't do that, then it doesn't work. I'm going to put this bomb down before I forget. But there's a way over there. And I'm going to reset the machine by leaving the room and coming back. Okay, so you annoyingly have to control this with the D-pad, by the way. Or you cannot control it with the D-pad. You have to control it with the analog, because this is a new, you know, the new version of this game being on the Joy-Cons. How are you doing today? I think that's what you said. Yeah, that is indeed my name. It's I don't know if I told you guys. I've done so many of these videos now, but I have a separate channel because I do film and photography. So my other channel is the name. My other channel's name is my name plus film and photography. It is in the description below. If you guys like short films or just photography tutorials, I have a very specific art style that I like. So check those out. I've done some short films as well. It's I would say more serious in this channel. It's how I got started. Anyway. I'm doing great. Thank you, Ninja Styles. I appreciate you being here. We're on the last dungeon, so if you're just joining us, this is Turtle Rock. Yeah, this thing, not only do you have to time it, it's got to be, like, so precise. Ooh. There we go. We did it. That is... Whew. Unsubscribe to all. Nice. I appreciate that. This little platform, just before you got here, Ninja Styles, or I don't know when you popped in, but this is one of those that is annoying to do because of the controls. Maybe it's not too bad. You kind of hold the analog rather than like tilt it all the way and let it center. if you just kind of roll with it, roll with your turns, if that makes sense. My name is Jimmy, if you can remember it. If not, it's all cool. It's hard to keep track of people. I've got people on my Halo live streams. I do know your names through your screen name, so yeah, I appreciate that, man. I will try my best to remember. So this whole section it's either a big pain in the ass on the original Game Boy because it's only 4 directional like D-pad control. On this one, after thinking about it, it may be easier on this one because you can kind of almost accidentally go the right way, but I could also see it being an absolute nightmare. All right, there's a crystal there. We're gonna have to remember. Oh, do we have to do this every time? No, that is the worst. Okay, we're not gonna do that again. Oh, that was only for the key. This time we're just gonna go across, just regular. Alright. So, I'm gonna call this a crystal. I don't know if I'm gonna run out of pins in this one. You ever played Link Between Worlds? I have not. I never got the 3DS, and I love Link to the Past so much, and it's like a sequel to that game in a weird way, using the same world, and I would really like to play it, but 3DSs right now are ridiculous. The prices and everyone trying to get them have gone to ridiculous lengths. So as much as I would like to do that, I have not been able to. What did you think of Link Between Worlds? I've only heard good things. Everyone I know who has played it loves that game. So did we go down? We did go down. What we didn't do is go left. Okay, there's this like demon imp thing again. So we didn't go up, and we didn't go this way. This is a very large dungeon. Okay, that has opened. Sometimes these move, sometimes they don't. Alright, this guy. So every section of this has like a different mini boss. Three times. Oh, I've got the attack. I keep forgetting. I did the color dungeon in the last stream, and I did I got the power attacking tunic, so it gives you double the attack power. So I'm assuming that guy would have taken 6 hits, but it only took me 3, so that's nice. Alright, another one of these. So, as you can see, so I didn't mention this if you haven't done this. You can't control it stopping. So the only time it stops is when it hits an object. So to make it around this turn, I'm gonna have to go left, up, left, and down. And this one's a lot smaller than the one we did in the other room. But we're gonna try it. So I'm kind of leaning into. You can almost make the change first. Like before you hit a wall, you can sort of change the direction of the platform. So, Link to the Past, I think the last dungeon had something very similar. It was even more stressful, if you can imagine that. Where are we now? It's great, but it's a lot different than Link to the Past. The bosses are Yuga and Yuga Ganon. I don't know what that is. I do remember that there is like there's like a dark world Princess Zelda. I forgot her name, but she's like the anti-Zelda because you're in low rule or something. Is that right? Low rule instead of high rule. I sort of forget that you can hit these with a boomerang, and that makes your life a whole lot easier. Oh, I forgot to jump. Of course, the powerful rupee. Okay. Okay, we have not gone to the left. I've left so many of another mini boss here. This is like the first mini boss you ever play. I beat this guy in like record time. I did not let him get back over to the rolling spike thing. It was like in the first playthrough I did, or the first video in this playlist. All right, now there's 2 doors. Okay, we're going like everywhere in this thing. What is this? Okay, that's this thing. You hit it that way. You know, I don't have a way to check if, since I'm wearing the red tunic now, so that gives you double the attack. If you grab a power acorn, does that give you quadruple the attack? Do you have all 3 bottles? I do not. I forget where the last bottle is. I think it might be in the fishing game. I know I got 1 in the fishing game, but I think there's another one. Yuga is obsessed with paintings. That's how you can go into the walls. He traps you. I feel like that was like a Mario 64 type of deal, you know, going into the paintings. But I know you can like put yourself on a wall and like move around into another room. Like I remember like the ads for Link Between Worlds. That was definitely cool. Okay. Alright, so there's nothing else in this room. We're gonna go north. I don't have all 3 bottles. I have 2 of the bottles. Oh, I remember where the last bottle is. It is not in the fishing game. I believe it is unlocked with enough seashells. I think the way to actually defeat this guy is with arrows. He doesn't, I think you have to hit them both at the same time, and you can hit him with arrows. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, we have a... Well, we might as well grab... That is not what I meant to do. Grab that thing. We got a key from this room. And there's nothing else in here, so we're gonna head back. We have 2 keys, and I don't even remember seeing a locked door yet. There are doors that lock behind, but they're not, well, there's 2 over here, which we have not made it to yet. Alright. Let's head back to the middle room. We have not gone up from the platform room. Let's see what's over here. I think you have to make your way over and up to do this. Okay. Okay. We've got... Oh, I remember this. I'm getting a 65-inch Roku TV being delivered today. It only cost $235. That's a pretty good deal. It took a long time for it to come though. I had an Amazon Fire TV, and the thing only lasted me, I think it was a 60-inch, so comparable to the one you're getting. And the thing crapped out on me, the back screen. You're gonna want to take, this has happened to a lot of people that I know, so you're gonna want to decrease the brightness is set to like 100% on your backlight. You're gonna want to reduce that. It will save you a lot of pain, trust me. And you won't notice the difference between like 85 and 100%. Because your backlights, I tried changing them out myself because the alternative was going to be buy a whole new one, and the damn thing just broke. so if you have a way to replace the strips, it's a lot cheaper to do so. It's not too bad to do it yourself either. So, but if you're like me, you snap the damn things off because they glued them in place in a way that none of the other ones are. And I had bad luck. The TV only lasted me like 3 years or something. It was bad, and it pissed me off because it's like the biggest TV I've ever had. And now it's funny because I've got this 13-inch CRT TV behind me, and I absolutely love the hell out of this thing. This thing is as old as I am, so it is like it's like 36 years old, and Still going strong. It's been in a hot garage, cold garage in the winter, and it's lasted longer than anything else. So that's old technology. This is new technology I'm pointing at. So, okay, we haven't gone up. Let's go north. All right, this is a central hub to a lot of things. We've got 2 keys, so there's one here, which we have access to by going in that direction. I wonder if we can get to this. Nah, we can't get to there from here. So this is I will remember that. Thank you. Probably made in China. Yeah, I'm sure it was, like everything else. Let's go through kind of this central aisle. I was hoping that would move. Oh, I just screwed myself. Okay, it's 1 over and now I can't get over there. Okay, great. So we have just made it back to where we were, where I can't move anything. And we've already come from those steps. They go all the way around. And, okay, I put this treasure chest here to remind me that that was one of the crystals. And I purposely did not strike the crystal, but I'm sure somewhere over here in the dungeon, I'm going to need to do that. And the crystal is currently blue, if that's going to help me any later. So I've got nowhere to go but back, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, there's a bombable section I can go through. Does that help me at all? I don't think it does. That does not move. If you guys hear that, that's my 4-year-old playing in the background. The dude loves vacuums. I have no idea why, but he vacuums the entire house. It's really funny. And so he makes vacuum noises when when I've essentially taken the vacuum away, because you can't just be constantly running it. It's super funny. But no crumbs under my couch. Alright, where are we going? I guess we have to just go back. There's a lot of backtracking here until we get the blue spot. So let's do this. That way we can grab this thing. Oh, that rupee fell over. Is that bombable? That's not bombable. Or is it? I can't tell. No, that's a normal sound. Yeah, you're supposed to check. All right. He's going nuts up there. I hope you guys can hear that, because it's super funny to me. If you could like fill this entire section, then you could like essentially go back and forth. So we need to go to the right. Oh no, the platforms are moving. Oh, okay, that's why you don't do that. Those platforms moved. Alright, we've unlocked this section. And we've got another key. We may as well do it. Alright. Okay, this is one of those doors that you can't reverse through. Yeah, I have a Vizio TV. I got my birthday like 15 years ago. It's a 28-inch. It's been on every day since I got it. Never really turned off. Yeah, Vizios are solid. I'm actually playing on a monitor that I got. It's a 27-inch, but I'm only like 2 feet away from it. Like I'm sitting at a desk with all of my crap. This is kind of my gaming setup, and of course the TV behind me. But you know, like in my living room, I have a separate TV. But like, there's a whole thing about, especially for gaming, like field of view and angle of view, Apparently, this is the size that most people want. If you're gaming on like a big TV and it's like the type of game where you don't have to worry about refresh rates and like first-person shooters and stuff, then it's not a problem. But if you're playing any more competitive gaming, then all of those little things can really make your experience of the game very different. All right, we are up to diamond for this. I don't want to go through that door yet. My son is a clean freak just like me. I have vacuumed my house ever since I was like 7. Yeah, I think he just likes the whirring noise. Which is funny because like everything else that makes a whirring sound, he's like super excited about. Like if I use the blender, if I use the blender in my house or anything, it's like I can hear him scuffle all the way over to me. He's like, "What's that?" It's like, "It's just a blender, man. I'm making a smoothie or something." And he's like, "Whoa." So I don't know, funny stuff. The lawnmower makes a great noise. Alright, we're going to put a diamond. Holy crap, look how far away. So this is why I do the pin thing. I had people early on in like the shorts that I was making about all of these where they were like, you don't need to do all of that. Like, that's extra. It's like, I guess if you're playing on the original version, you either write this down or remember it. But holy crap. I don't know. I don't remember struggling that bad as a kid trying to do these things. But now it's like, how do I remember this connects to that one all the way over there? I'm using a Sony X800E43. It's a 4K. I'm playing on just a 2K. I don't think it makes much difference for all of that. Of course, it's nice to have a 4K. That's amazing. Costs around $750. Yeah, TVs are one of those things. It's like the only thing in the entire world that has gone down in price for how much better it's gotten technologically. I remember when like one of these, like they used to have these like a rear projection where you had like 3-in-1 for the old CRT TVs. Remember these things were like £1,000, literally. That was like if you were rich, you had the big screen TV, and the thing was £1,000, and it was like 4 feet deep. And if you were lucky, you had like the big speakers. Those things were like $3,000 back in the day. And I remember when the first plasma screens came out, and they are nowhere near as flat or as thin as like modern TVs are. But back in like 2002, these things were like, they were considered like, you know, top of the line. And they were still thick, but these were technically flat screens. And it's kind of amazing that you only paid $750 for it. That's still like, that's a lot of money. But yeah, good to see you, crazy gamer, by the way. And it fits perfectly in my bedroom. All my rich friends had plasma. They were huge. They were absolutely ginormous. Yeah. Not the plasmas, but these things, the rear projection CRTs, which was like if you had a home studio, if you were lucky enough to say those words, it was one of those that had a triple cathode ray tube design. So they were technically this type of TV that's behind me, but just with triple projection. So all the glass in there, like these TVs, like this is a small 13-inch, but the thing weighs like, I don't know, 35 pounds. It's heavy for what it is. So if you're trying to get like a 30-inch CRT, so heavy. So heavy. Anyway, what are we talking about? Okay, we have all the things in here. I need bombs more than like anything, and I can't reach them. I think the point is to be up on the other platform. Oh, I can reach them. Okay. I needed bombs real bad. I'm gonna save. We used to go to a community center, and I remember watching T2, Terminator 2 on like the big screen. These were, a big screen back in the day was like 50 inches. Of course, 50 inches for a 4x3 TV is pretty big. Yeah, man, remember back in the mid-90s, I was born in 1990, and those huge TVs with the like wood on the sides. Yeah, the old screen, the old school like entire wooden entertainment cabinet set, and the TV was like super rounded. Yeah, I remember playing Duck Hunt on one of those, just because Duck Hunt is one of those games that you need a CRT because of the curvature is the only way the gun works on that thing. Speaking of T2, since we're talking about all this stuff, I got my this is my old school freaking VHS. So many memories. So many memories of this thing. This is actually both of them, T1 and T2. And I should just play it in the... I don't want to get like a weird copyright thing, but... Man, if you haven't seen a VHS tape in a while... T2, baby. And T1. All working, all good. Got that sweet plastic smell, especially if you heat it up in a VCR. Let me put this back. I've got all my stuff underneath this desk. Alright. I have my Wii U, Series X, GameCube, N64, and laptop hooked up to this TV in my room. N64 using an HDMI upscaler adapter. GameCube using OEM component cables. Yeah, I have everything I've got back here is hooked up to like the switcher boxes where you can plug in all your AV RCA cables, like the white, yellow, red. And I have them to where you can just click a button and they're all plugged into my TV and I can roll it around if I want. And then for anything modern, I have it on my desk setup where you guys can't see all my crap and all my cables because it's kind of a mess. And I've also got like lights and cameras, so it's a mess. And then in the dark where you can't see is all my professional stuff for like filming and stuff. So yeah, VHS is coming back. People are using retro tanks with them. Yeah. What I haven't gotten into is like SCART. They use them a lot in Europe to get like the full quality out of your old CRTs, but a lot of people are buying PVMs, like the professional, whatever they use in like broadcasting, like those Sony Trinitron CRTs, or even like medical grade ones. They would have them in like a lot of hospitals would still have like backroom stuff where they're just sitting like a bunch of old monitors for CRTs. SCART was the European version of RGB. Yeah, so it's like in order, because I have stuff that works on coaxial and I've adapted it to just to get it to AV cables. But like from there you go AV, and then you go to component, which has like the green and blue in addition to the white, red, yellow. And then S-Video if you're lucky enough, and then RGB and SCART. But those require like more plugs. You need to plug everything in more, and you can also potentially ruin everything that's connected if you accidentally access too many of them at the same time. That's more electrical stuff than I care to get into, but I thought this was a safer option, is just using switcher boxes, and I can technically turn them all on and they don't one's not going to interfere with the other one, whereas SCART would, so you could like blow up this whole thing by accident. So I remember my mom having a huge Zenith. Yeah, the Zenith TVs were those wooden ones that you were talking about. Yeah. That's like to me, that's like the classic design that I remember, with like an NES and Duck Hunt just sitting on it. That's what I remember. Alright, I can't do anything in this room, apparently. I need to get me another CRT so I can place it in my living room and be able to do it. I have Duck Hunt on my Wii U. I did not know that they had Duck Hunt that way. I guess it makes sense now since everything is yeah, it's not the same. How do I I'm just trying to jump up here. Okay. Yeah, I have not played that on the Wii U. I would imagine it's not the same at all. Just because a lot of the motion controls were fairly annoying. I know they were in the early stages. I mean, technically this, you know, the Nintendo Switch has all of these motion controls for you to play on, so. VC good as NES on a CRT. It never will. It never will. I have the beak. Let's see what it says. To defeat the monsters who hold the key, attack them from a higher place. I think that's referring to those the imp, demon, flying red devil creatures. I think I can destroy all these. That's why it was giving me a bomb. You really need a Wii Zapper to play the game. Play the gun games on Wii just for the stability. I don't even know what that is, and I have a Wii sitting right behind me. I guess some form of special, like the gun accessory for Duck Hunt, I'm guessing. I'm gonna blow all these up. I don't know that, hopefully there's a key in here if I go in the middle. Okay, no, nothing in here. I still can't figure out how to hook up my NES to an HD TV. I have the HDMI hookup, just won't work. Some of those HDMI hookups are notoriously bad. I mean, it should be pretty straightforward. Your AV cable, like if you have, well, first of all, the NES is old enough that you might have coaxial, so you don't have coaxial, do you? If you just have the regular red, white, yellow, which are the composite cables, then that goes into that, and then the other side is just HDMI. You're going to want to change your aspect ratio when you play your NES to 4:3. Technically, the NES and the SNES and all of those, they were technically 8:7, which is like 1.14 aspect ratio, which is weird. But 4:3 will do. Just by God, don't play it in 16:9. Sometimes those adapters need power, so if you have like a USB power in the back of your TV, that will do as well. That could be your problem. Not to mention you need an AV input for the. Well, no, you don't. It would run off the HDMI thing. I have a very similar hookup here. I have it actually split two ways so that I can play while I also send a signal to my laptop. So you can do both. It shouldn't be an issue, Ninja Styles. It's an adapter you put your Wii Remote and nunchuck into. Yeah, it's the little gun thing. You're talking about the zapper. You probably need to clean the pins inside the console and the cartridges. Also, the AV cable inputs and ports might need to be cleaned as well. It's possible that the adapter is not your problem. Have you actually hooked up your NES to know that it's working? Like the cables themselves. You can buy a cable if that one's messed up or whatever. You can get another one. I did that for my Sega Genesis. The pins were all messed up. The adapters I've used have a micro USB too. I've had the same issue for my N64, and after I cleaned it, it worked perfectly. Yeah, if you use like a high percentage purity isopropyl alcohol, like rubbing out anything higher than like 75%, which is like what you get at the store, or 70. I'm sure there's no problem if you just use regular rubbing alcohol, which is like 70%. But clean those up and then make sure they're dry. It should work just fine. It needs power, not just a different connection. Oh. How'd you clean the pins? Yeah, just clean them with some alcohol carefully. If that doesn't work, you can. They're like $5, maybe $10 to get a new set of. Unless it's on the NES itself, then you have to be super careful. Maybe I'll make some videos on some of that stuff because I've definitely cleaned out. If you haven't cleaned off your cartridges in a while for games, that's also something I'd recommend. Just get cotton swabs and the highest percentage IPA you can find. Like I said, regular IPA will probably do just fine. I don't have... I can't do both of these. That's right, Jimmy. Sorry. Will this work? No, it's just a way to get here so you can open this, but I don't have... Tried everything. But my repair guy does, you really shouldn't do this, but it worked, is he sprayed a NES cartridge with alcohol and then put in the NES and just pulled it out several times. Yeah, that's the only thing I would say is if you do that is definitely don't immediately turn it on. What happens with those things is actually rust. So I've taken apart, I have fixed some Game Boy cartridges that needed like new batteries to be soldered in. Like Pokemon is one that always happens to because of the save state thing with day and night. But what I end up doing is once I've opened those up is I clean everything off with some alcohol, because if you see any rust points in or moisture that just rust those, they look like painted on. It's just like nickel, I guess, the connectors. And any disruption, or when it's not connected, obviously there's nothing to send electricity where it needs. So he said that rubbing friction plus alcohol would just get it cleaned. Yeah, that makes sense. I just wouldn't turn it on immediately. Like, make sure it's dry. And you want to air dry. You don't want to. Some wacko was like hitting everything in a store with an air dryer, like too hot of an air dryer. I know they have ones that like manage the temperature for certain things, but yeah, careful. My recommendation, and this goes for like anything, when I'm working on a car, for example, is always go with the simplest thing first, and then move on to more radical things that you might need to do. If it's something simple, try that first. It's going to be the least expensive way to go about it as well. And then just test and keep trying. Because otherwise, alright, this looks terrible. Do I even need to? Okay. As long as you keep moving. This room, I guess, should be fine. Alright, we got a key, and we know the other section where we just came from has one, but let's go this way because I'm not going to have enough bombs for this. He's sniffing it. He does not want it. What kind of rubbing alcohol? You need to write it down. Just any IPA, isopropyl alcohol. It's literally just rubbing alcohol from the store. The only reason I say higher purity, like a higher percentage, is simply because the more volatile it is, volatile just meaning it goes into the air quicker. It dries up quicker. That's all it really is. It's got a lower percentage of water, but all alcohol is gonna have water. The highest purity you can get is like 98% IPA, but it's not gonna ruin your day if you get just regular rubbing alcohol, which is like 73%. So yeah, it's not a big deal, is what I'm saying. I'm a biochemist, by the way. I'm not just speaking out of my ass. I have a degree. I have a BS in biology and biochemistry, so I've taken a lot of chemistry and biology. Not that you need one to fix a cartridge, but just saying. Okay, so there was another key door. But also, this seems to lead to a different section where he told me you could... Oh, I'm gonna have to go around just to grab this. I think it's worth doing. I won't be able to get back from here. Oh, of course, the secret medicine. Okay. I could be extra and just, do my autosave. Go back to my last autosave, but we will suffer going all the way around. Talking to you guys about this has piqued a lot of interest for me. Ooh! Hit the fireball. We're gonna wait. Yeah, absolutely. I hope it works out for you. So you're basically Walter White? Don't tell anyone, okay? Actually, I have had to take a lot of organic chemistry, and the stuff in that show is legit. There's some stuff in the notebooks in that show that I was looking at, like we paused it and was like, yep, that's some real stuff right there. Alright, am I going the right way? I want these bombs because I keep apparently needing them. Attack them from a higher place. Okay, there's a key door there. We may as well try that one. We said we were going to come back to this, even though there's another one on the other side, where we just were before. Science, bitches! From Pinkman. Okay, there's a lot of crap in this room. Okay, those are too high for me to do anything about them. And then I'm assuming from the other side I could hookshot over there and go into that key door. There's a platform on my left. Everything's dark on this screen, so that's what the torches are for. But there's another access point. Alright. Breaking Bad is such a damn good show, by the way. Like, seriously, in my, I don't know, top 5 as far as like TV shows. I felt like I needed to hit that with an arrow. Am I thinking wrong here? Or was there something else that needed to be done? Breaking Bad was a show that it did not outstay its welcome. There's too many shows that go on way too long, and they get ruined by going on for too long, and the stories get stale. Like, I can't tell you how many shows started off really well, and I could immediately tell now, because especially since I'm a film guy, it's super annoying to watch a show develop, and you're like, this is good, and because you have nowhere else to go, I can tell how this is going to be garbage in halfway through season 2, this show is going to be garbage. And somehow it's going to get like 8 more seasons of this. I felt this way about Walking Dead when it came out. It's like, how much can you do with a zombie show before it just becomes a commentary on how human beings are awful to other human beings? It's not even about zombies anymore. It's about people fighting each other over resources. That's like, after 5 episodes, I could have told you that. And it went on for, I don't know how many seasons. The start of that show, amazing. I can see a similar thing happening to The Last of Us, which I love. I hope it ends in a good way that doesn't overstay its welcome. I know I haven't played the games. I'm sure some of you have, and the games are amazing. But a game and the story are 2 different things. Breaking Bad was something that it developed, got better. You could see where it was going. It had some surprises, and then it ended right when it needed to. And then Better Call Saul was the same way. Amazing show. It fit perfectly in that whole universe. Did not overstay its welcome. I don't know why anybody would want to do drugs and be addicted to something I've seen family members go through. It's all fucked up. Yeah, absolutely is. I'm commenting more about, the film and all of that. I would never, ever do that stuff. It's all about escapism. Yeah, I realize that for sure. Shoot it with the bow. If the statue looks strange, shoot it with the bow. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. Oh, you have to be on the platform. It's too high. I see. I didn't realize that platform was there. And you can actually, like, walk onto it rather than just like everything else. If it's too high, you can't do anything about it. Okay, so we got a key out of that. And there's a lot of stuff we haven't done over here. Alright. I have friends who have been on benders and woke up in another state. They just take a taxi home. I don't know how they do it either, but they've done it. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Everyone, unfortunately, knows someone like that, or some other form of abuse, right? We got another key. Where is this taking me? Okay. We have been here before. But not from this section. I want to go... I can't go back. That... Unless it resets the pots. They're not pots. These things. We'll go around. Let's see. We haven't gone up. There is way too much to do in this, defeat from a higher place. I believe this is what it means, is you're supposed to come up here and find a way to fight him from above. My dad's a prime example of why I've never done drugs. Yeah, unfortunately, that's... Where the hell? Why am I out here? Oh, there's a piece of heart up here. Other than that... Yeah, I hate to hear that, Crazy Gamer. I have a friend who, yeah, he won't even drink a sip of alcohol because I can't remember if it was his grandpa. I don't ask him about that stuff. He told me one time and then it's like never ask again. But he won't drink a sip of alcohol because I believe his grandpa was not in good shape. So, okay, we just opened that door. Wow, how many stairs are in here? 1, 2, 3. There's another one, 4. The door we came in on, a hallway that leads elsewhere, and a key door. I don't mind the sauce once in a while. Yeah, I'm not against having a drink or anything like that. But not like binging and stuff. A rupee. Okay. Let's go to the right. I like how in the edges of the screen you can see like that heat effect that you get like on a really hot day and you're looking across the horizon. You get that on the edges of this screen. Do I have 2 keys. Is that the boss door? I think it is. So we're gonna have to access it through a set of stairs that I haven't seen in a while. Is this the room we were in earlier? Yes, it is. Wait, no, it's not. No, it is that room. I don't want to go over there. That's where the medicine was, which I already have. So every dungeon has a version. Let's go. Officially, don't know. If we make it back to that main room, there's some stairs here that I haven't done. So, why does it say there's an object here? Or did I not get it? Or maybe it's on top somewhere and I just haven't accessed it yet. Huh. Okay, can't go down. That is a one-way door. Do I have a reason to go this way? Dad passed away January 6th. I was tried so damn hard with my family, nobody would listen. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. You talked about that in a couple streams ago. It's terrible. I can't see where... Did I just do that by accident? Did I just freaking do that? I don't have a key anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. I need to get a key to get in through those stairs. Okay, we're gonna go this way, because there's something on the bottom. No, I came from that side. There's nothing there. Is there something on my right? It just goes that way. But I can't make it through this door again because we came from that side. Okay. I have reached the peak confusion of this map. So sorry to hear that, bro. My dad died. My dad isn't dead, but he suffered an accident under the influence of basically. Yeah, I have a good friend whose wife was killed by a drunk driver, head-on collision, and they were very young when this happened. It was more than a decade ago. And he's never been the same since. So terrible. Like he's also very opposed to obviously drinking and driving, because you know someone else killed a completely innocent person, just head-on collision from the other side of the road. And they, like I said, they were very young at the time too. She must have been, I don't know, 23. Super tragic. Where am I going? Was this a spot we had access to? No, that's the medicine. Okay, I'm so turned around right now. There's something here, and we don't have the we don't have access to these stairs. I like how everyone is coming together in this stream. We're talking about things that aren't, they're not easy to talk about, of course. Yeah, I think everyone has a story, you know, sad ones, and that connects people. It's a human quality. I'm gonna take out these bomb guys again because I feel like either I didn't grab something or something else happened here. Still did drugs. Yeah, man. When people are addicted or people abuse, it's very hard to come. Like it has to be something that comes from them, you know, because you can have people help as much as you want, but it doesn't seem to make a difference until it's like their own will to do better. And even then, they say things about addiction is even if you somehow get off of that thing, you're still an addict for years later, because all it takes is one lapse in judgment, you know, to go back, to spiral. So I've known people like that as well. I've had friends know people that way. We all walk by people every day and we don't know the hardships others have gone through. That's right. My mom left him into custody of me and my sister. I'm glad you are where you are in life now. It's a shame that's how it had to happen. But it sounds like your mom is a real one. because it's also hard to walk away from someone, you know? It's the hardest thing to do. Someone you made children with. Okay, these stairs have to be accessible by one of these crazy sets of stairs over here, and I don't know where, but we're gonna find it. It is what it is. I'm 40 now and over it, yeah. Life goes on with or without people. You can take that as you will. I am in an endless loop here of not knowing where the hell to go. Did I grab a key? I could do this section now. Did I grab one? No, I didn't. I'm trying to get to that spot where hopefully it is a key. And I need to go back to the central rooms because where the hell have I gone now that I'm so confused? I think the only way back is to get to this diamond room. That's okay, that's the plan here. Diamond, diamond. So we're gonna go back to the room where it's the hook shot thing. So let's go up and left. Okay, I've got a plan now. I've been dilly-dallying too much here. Which is alright, I'm talking to you guys. It's ironic my dad's still kicking though. While most of his siblings have passed away. He had 4 brothers and 5 sisters. That is a lot. My dad was one of 10 and my mom was one of 6. So, whoo. Families are not that big anymore. For, I'm going to say economic reasons. Times have changed. Just like my mom, she had endocarditis and she kept shooting up heroin. Holy crap, man. Okay, we're going to take these stairs. Yeah, it's harder raising kids now with how expensive it's gotten. Tell me about it. I've got 2 kids, and holy crap. My wife and I are both studied people. You know, academically, we've done a lot. We've done a lot from an intellectual point of view, and even that is not enough to sort of save us from the horrors of living in the modern world. And even if you are technically doing well, it's also like socially what's happening to people. But that's a whole separate conversation. You could raise a family of 5 easily on 20k salary 30 years ago. I know because my parents did it. We lived off of nothing, and so I appreciate things now. I was lucky to start with the Sega Genesis that was behind me, and it was a couple years in from when it came out. And then everything else has either been a gift or things I've acquired later in life. So even cheaper 50 years ago. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Okay, we're gonna go left. Here is my plan to get me back on track here. And have we gone this way? I want to approach these stairs because we never did them, and that access is from this central room. So let's try to find a way back there. Same, my mom found work and raised us as best she could. We didn't come out great, but we came out alright. We're still alive, man. It sounds like there were a lot of hardships that came your way, so... Where am I going? Nothing that way that I can access. Why is that even... Why does that look like it's... I want to say one of these is bombable, but I don't know that. We're going to move around until we find something. So we came in through here, but I don't have a way across because this is... Oh, I can jump across. Okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now what is this? Does this just go around? Is this just the same line? Okay, that's just the same line I was on. So I can jump off from here and go this way. There's 2 sets of stairs. Let's put a marker here. What are we up to? After the diamond is a club. My brother could not get off the fucking fentanyl, and I went to his house after he passed, and there was foils everywhere. Jesus, man. I don't think I can do this room. I don't have the item, which now, only just now, do I remember it's like a magic rod of some sort. So you have to burn these off. Fire rod, magic rod. Okay, we'll go this way. Haven't been this way either. Okay, this is just a jumping off platform. Oh, I didn't mark where that was, by the way. Let's go back and mark that, because I will be stuck later. Oh no, I'm inside something. I'm a longshoreman, my dad was too. Wow. The stories in this chat, man, you guys should just podcast it, because holy crap. Can I jump across there? I'm gonna die. Oh, I could jump it. I made the jump. Alright, we're gonna do not a club, but a circle now. Let's go circle. Okay, same problem. I can't get past this section. I don't have the item. What's this way? Just another jumping off platform as well. Okay, there's a thing here we haven't gotten. Let's try to make our way that way. Let's go down and left. Come on now. Can I hit him with an arrow? No, he flies away. So only a sword, and apparently only from height. I keep sending him away. That's not a good thing. It's funny, he actually misses you, and if you just don't move, he misses you. Can we go up and check? I'm sure this is a thing I can't get across. How in the hell do you get over there? Is it just going to be a block puzzle thing? Do those open up? Or is something else going on? Let's try to do... If it's a block puzzle, then those 3 up there, maybe I can just move them out of the way and that should be it. I'm hoping. Because if not, I don't know what to do here. And I'll be so mad if it's a rupee. I did the wrong thing. Like an idiot. Let's go back. This isn't a key. I don't know what the hell to do. Huh. Alright. Map. Hopefully the map helps me. Nope. It uncovered 2 rooms. By the way, this map is a giant turtle. I mentioned that in my other games, where the map just looks like whatever the animal is. This is a turtle. He died not of drugs, but of a blood clot. But drugs had something to do with it. He died of a blood clot? Yeah, I mean, if it... When you're pumping chemicals into your body, that shouldn't be there. Yeah. Leads to heart attack and thing. I don't need to say all this crap. You guys know. I never noticed that about the maps before. Yeah, all the maps are shaped like things. There's a whole thing about the face shrine that I talked about. I don't know if you were here when I did the face shrine, but that is one of the things where Link's Awakening, that's why there's a lot of sort of theories about Link, about this whole thing being like a figment of his imagination after having beaten Link to the Past, because the face shrine looks like his own face. I think it does more so in the Game Boy than in this remake. But yeah. So Moldorm in the very first dungeon, the whole thing is shaped like a big whatever that is, caterpillar thing. And then all the other shapes were that way as well. So this one is very clearly a turtle shape. I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Where are we going? Spade takes me all the way to this spade. Heart takes me here. No. I have yet to acquire... Okay, we haven't gone this way. I think this is the room with the torches in it. And you can't hit the torches until you have the item. So I don't have that item. And then the rooms we were just in with the Goombas and the ice also need that item. I know, in the NES I did that with a few dungeons. A dragon, the skull, etc. My brother died of a blood clot in his leg. Not drugs, but drugs did not help. I'm sure they did not. Unless they thin the blood. Like aspirin does. I'm trying to think of where to go. The only thing I can think of is to try to get to this spot, because I couldn't access it. That's the one where you bombed those two worm things, Dodongos or whatever, but then the chest appears above you in this separate room, and it looks like the only access is through these stairs. But where do these stairs connect? Is it one of these crazy rooms that has like 17 stairs in it? Or, which I don't have a key for, or is it somewhere else? And if I haven't accessed this section and it's closed off, that means it must be a set of stairs, and I'm guessing the set of stairs is leading from one of the fire rod things. My best friend passed away from the flu back in 2015, right after Christmas. Man, holidays, that is terrible too. It sucks because we had him over for Christmas dinner, and then a week later, yeah, wow, rough, man. I have nothing to say. Like it's leaves me speechless, especially to hear everyone has, things in their past, all these things that have happened that are just awful, and I'm sitting here playing a video game. Like I don't know what to say, man, other than I'm sorry. Does this connect? I'm so lost right now. That's the torch room. I don't have that. It's gonna have to be this section. That's the medicine thing I don't need. So I'm gonna have to find a way to access these stairs. That's it. I can't think of anything else that would be, because I don't have keys for this yet. And I think I've been in every other room, and I don't have any like keys that are just like hanging around somewhere. So let's try to find a way to this thing. So to get over there, it looks like I'm in the central room again. I need to find my way across, because there isn't another way that I can see. Oh, my dad died of a heart attack and diabetes. We're so against drugs. Yeah, I would be too. Absolutely. What have I done here? Do I just go for it, and will it spawn me elsewhere? I wonder if it will. Nope, put me in the same spot. Yeah, diabetes is no joke. I'm borderline. My friend has type 2. Yeah, a good friend of mine is type 1 diabetes, and his dad passed away, and that was real rough. He actually lasted a lot longer than any of us would think he would. And it's hard because we've known each other forever, and I met his dad when I was really young. So my friend now is the age that I remember his dad being when he was like diagnosed. It took years before he knew that was the case, and so it's scary to see that with my friend now. So the way he's having to live his life currently. There's also this crystal thing. Let's go bump this crystal since we're here anyway. We just never did this thing. We never did it. And it's gonna change something way over in a different room that we have never done anything about, but I guess we'll see. Okay, we jumped from that side. Jump from there. Is there something crazy like... I don't think I threw all of these pots or anything. Now, it would have told me if there was something else in this room. But I just feel like since we haven't done it, and I don't know what else to do, maybe we did this early on. Dad was on metformin for like 20 years, type 2. He was the love of my life and beneath my wings. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're on the same crazy gamer? Metformin. There's also a turtle here on the floor. We have done all these rooms, so I'm just not in the right spot right now. Let's go back. Last checkup was up 6.2%. If it goes any higher, I have to be on my Olympic again. I hated being on Ozempic. I've heard a lot of things about Ozempic. I don't know what particularly was it you hated about it. I know there's a lot of talk of like GLP-1s and all of those that get rid of like visceral fat and all of those things, but I'm sure it's more about insulin control than just fat. Like that's not a determination for a diabetic as much as anything else. It would make my bathroom times hella painful. Oh, okay. Yeah. 20 minutes or more as well. Ooh. My father-in-law has Crohn's, and so I know that's like a separate topic, but the bowel stuff is awful, and having to restrict diet obviously is a thing, depending on I guess the type of diabetes, but it's similar for Crohn's is like if you don't eat the right things, and even if you do, like there's just other things hereditary wise that just won't change. Okay, we're gonna go to the middle section. way? The diamond takes me up here and then over, and I can't get across, so the diamond's no good. We're gonna go up the this I'm gonna call it irreversible door. Where are we going? I would say ask for help, but I think my plan is to just kind of make it over here and figure out where this connects, because I don't really have an answer here, and navigating this dungeon is not like so easy. Ugh. Okay, the chest is up there. So we already know that. Is this level 7 or 8? This is level 8. Level 8 Turtle Rock. Be very careful with metformin and eat food before you take it. My dad and my grandma have had horror stories taking that. Yeah, and the thing with that is, like, every drug has its side effects, obviously, right? But you have to weigh that against the risk of what is the ailment. And so, like, what other medicines or remedies or ways to treat a problem, and is the risk worth it or not versus everything else? So that's, I mean, obviously that's for you to decide, or your doctor, or both to decide. Ultimately up to you. And listening to your body, of course. Okay, we're gonna go left. I take 500 milligrams in the morning and 1,000 after dinner. 1,500 a day. And it's on 6.2%. Missed him. It's possible that taking out one of these guys is what's gonna get me where I need to be. Oh, here's this thing, by the way. I guess I should activate it. At the very least. Oh no, is that an entrance that I couldn't do before? Is this my answer over here? I'll BRB. Okay, we're not warping, but we have activated this warp, which I hadn't done. I'm gonna pop into this because clearly we haven't been over here. If this has been the answer the whole time, mental note, or video note, if this pops me into the yes, it is. Why would the game do that? This treasure chest was here before. Can I do these guys in from here? Oh, you can. Okay, this is terrible. Alright. I will not have enough bombs to do this, but we now know. Hey, the bombs don't light up until you do. You can physically put them if you're holding them. Okay. I don't remember this. This is kind of a nightmare here. Please grab that bomb. I'm gonna need 30 of these. I'm gonna need all 30 of these to do this. Oh, that was my chance. Go left. Got him. Oh, it bounced off the wall. Yes. Okay. Oh, can I grab that? Is that what it meant by defeating from above? Maybe that was the answer. That's what the owl was trying to tell me before. Oh! This is absolutely diabolical. Okay, you have nowhere to go. Come on. No way. I keep messing that up for sure. I'm gonna wait for him to go south. Go down. Okay. One more. I'm gonna need all 30 bombs to do this damn thing. Okay, here we go. Once he turns around. Yes. Again? Oh, you changed direction. Can I go over? Nope. Alright, come on. That's gotta be it. Yes. Holy crap. I don't remember that, not in the old game, not in this game. Do not remember that at all. That was the answer the whole time. And I'm pretty sure I went through that door because I got that heart piece that was outside. And is this a platform I can... Okay, I'm not doing that unless I have to. If I have a key, can I go over to that other spot? Because going the other way was not useful at all. There's one here, and there's one there. And if this isn't a key, then I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's go all the way left and see if that's something I can get. This is the room that's dark. There's 2 torches above me, and I have to like hook shot over to get to this section. So I'm going to go left because I'm already here, and the next time I come this way, I don't think it's going to be so easy to get across. So let's go this way first. Okay, so I can't access that. So this is crazy. So these stairs are going to be the other access point. Maybe that's what it is. It leads you here. Because what else would it be? There's nothing else. There's nothing else left on the map. So I'm guessing that to access the set of stairs that give you access to here, we're gonna go here. That is our next thing we're gonna try. So how do we get there? Can we go south and then jump across this platform and make our way over? That's what we're gonna try. Let's go south. I'm gonna go this way. And to the right. And you can actually make that jump, so that's fine. Oh, it fell down. Oh well. And then now that I have a key, we're going to do this. And we're not going to fall off this time, because I did that once. There we go. Open this. And I'm going to set a marker. We are up to triangle. That is crazy. We're gonna end up using every stinking thing. Okay, this is a nightmare. So that's gonna move. And I've got fireballs to deal with. Oh, that's just a platform. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a weighted thing. Alright, what was this? Triangle? Triangle. We are going to save. And where are we at now? Of freaking course. Remember the crystal room that I said, don't touch that. Don't touch the crystal room, because we're going to need access to it. And I promise you, that is going to be the item. That's going to be the magic rod or whatever it's called in this game. So it's either one of two things. I need to come from the stairs that are at the bottom, which my guess is that's not the right answer. We're going to have to hit the crystal and put it back where it was. That will allow us to push this block so we can actually... No, that's not right. If we push that block, it's not going to help us. So our access is going to have to come from this room, but how the hell do we get to that room? Will that just allow us to slide over? I don't think it will. What is this? Okay. Oh, I see. Once I beat this guy, it's going to open that door, and then I still do have to access the, I'm going to have to change the, can't remember if I need to jump over this guy or what. Do his boxing moves. I don't think I did a good job of defeating that guy. Like, from a methodical standpoint, I think that was terrible. However, okay, this is sort of good because where was that room? We labeled it with the treasure chest. The treasure chest is the crystal room. We need the blue side. Or whatever it's on now, we just need to hit it so that the blue side's down. So I'm assuming it'll turn it back to blue. I can't remember if blue side down means crystal's blue. Doesn't matter. We need to hit the crystal. So we're going to go back to the beginning, go right, go right. We can't get across this. So we're actually going to go right down to the heart. Over here, down and over and up. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we have officially a plan. For those of you still watching, if you have made it this far and you haven't subscribed, please absolutely consider doing that. I'm doing these damn things live right now, and you have watched me physically struggle here. Is it down? Yeah, we're going down to the heart. This way. We're gonna make our way across. What does this guy say? Because we never did this before. Fill all the holes of the rock that rolls. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that. We only did that an hour and a half ago. Which way are we going? We're going left. Another turtle again. Oh, and there's also a little shield on his back right there. Alright, crystal room. So orange, that's what it means. The orange is up, which of course means blue is down. We need blue down. That's what we needed. So is it easier to go over, back to the blue? Yeah, we'll go back to the blue spot. Crazy gamer must be off. My dad's prescription metformin was 500 milligrams. Take 2 tablets by mouth twice daily. Well, it depends. He said his percentage, which I don't think he explained what percentage his was it either concentration or something else with his insulin, or whatever the problem is, was at 6.2%. So if your dad was taking 500 times 2 twice a day, that's 2,000. Crazy gamer's taking 1,500, so maybe it's not all that different. 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams. That depends on his individual basis. What his body needs currently. Also, you know, 20 years versus however long he has been on it. They're all factors, right? Okay, we're going to the blue spot. Unless you just met Crazy Gamer, he was going. Oh no, that was you. You were going. Okay. All right, we're gonna go up. These blocks are down, just as we wanted. I'm assuming this is the magic rod, because it can't be anything else at this point. That's right. Is it called the magic rod? Yes. Why wouldn't they just call it the fire rod? It burns things down. Burn it all down. That's the most what's the word? Okay, so the last item is just that bottle. That's the most nihilistic thing we've seen in this rated E for everyone game, is burn it all down. There we go. And the cool thing about this game is there's no magic power to like, or a magic meter. So this is literally just magic power that burns stuff down. Okay. Now. There are a few rooms. These stairs, I believe it was the circle and the club. I don't have any exit points, meaning that one of these connects to the crazy stairs that are way over here, and the other one was one where we needed the fire rod. And let's not forget that there's something here as well. These are the two fire torches. Let's actually go that way because the blue spot will get us there. So let's actually go back this way. I don't want to jump off and ruin my day. We're gonna go here. Are you on Twitch? No, I am not. Should I be? Should I be doing these both at the same time? I don't know. I suppose I could double up on the on the ability to do both of these things. We're going to go north. This way. One there and one there. And if this isn't a key, then I don't know. Alright. A key. Phew, this dungeon. We are an hour and 48 minutes into this dungeon. Or at least since I started this stream. Holy. Alright. Where are we going now? Okay, the central room. It was either the circle or the club. Either way, we're gonna have to get there. Has the sections of where you need the fire rod. So let's go that way. We're gonna go back, down, over, and we're gonna go up from the central room. Oh, you know, I forgot something else. I haven't tried this, and it's already like the last dungeon to even do this on. If you play your ocarina and you have Mambos, you can warp to the entrance. That's gonna help us save a little bit of time. Because we're gonna go straight through and across. Ooh, I almost jumped into the lava. Okay, so we're gonna go to the right. The stairs that are on my right, I believe that's the one I actually need access to. There we go. Was it this one or the other one? The answer is both. I need to do both of these. So there is an order to this, actually. Not in this room, but in the other room. So you can also jump. Okay, this is the one where you don't want to screw yourself over. So we don't need those. We just need these Goombas out of our way. If you accidentally hit the bottom one, do those move down? Let's find out. They do not move down, so that's okay. I was hoping they would fall down. So what you have to do is actually get the top one and make sure the bottom one doesn't, so that you can jump over. So let's go back and reset. So you gotta jump. There you go. Okay, here's the crazy stairs we were talking about, and we do have a key. So that was, I believe that was a circle we came in through. So this is going to be a circle. And then, I guess this is the only one, because the thing on the right we've already done from a completely different section. Okay, this guy. We have faced this guy before. But now we have this fire rod we can use. Oh, no we can't. Or can we? I think we just have to hit him with a sword. I don't think that's working. Okay, I'm gonna stay away from the side that's got all the holes in it. We're just gonna stick to this side because there we go. I've heard Twitch is really hard to grow. A lot of people, I guess, grow in separate ways, and then they get on Twitch because there's like no way to, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about all that, but growth on Twitch was not as quick. Okay, I hate this one. This is the one that drove me completely mad. Okay, so to get whatever key or whatever's in here, probably maybe at this point it's the master key, the nightmare key. You have to fill this entire room. So if the pattern isn't right, then it's gonna take a few attempts to do this. And I think I ruined it. Okay. It's gonna take several attempts. Which way do I want to go? Let's see, if I go up, if I go all the way over past the torch, then around the right torch, and then make my way in, that may be my best option, but then I don't know what happens after that. Like this. Oh, I'm really hoping this is... It should work. Alright. Woo! Get on Twitch. We have the nightmare key. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out Twitch, or maybe do these both at the same time. I'm hoping... if that will help. I heard growth on Kick is better than Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, it's possible. What I really need to do is like cross traffic everything, because I have, you know, my other YouTube channel and trying to cross traffic, and Kick only takes a 5% cut. Yeah, YouTube's cut is a lot more, but that's with AdSense, so that's a whole different thing. Yeah, the only reason I started on YouTube is because it was just easy at the time. And I didn't expect it to really get this far. It was just a dude playing games and stuff. So, but yeah, maybe I can expand to do both of those things. I don't know anything about Kick. I know I can probably live stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and it shouldn't be too difficult a thing. I think I have a Twitch, like I have a username, but I've never used it for putting things on. So maybe I need to do that. Okay, map. Is there anything left to even do? There was another section I thought. I think it was the club. We haven't done the club yet. Let's play Mambo's song. Is it Mom? Yeah, Mambo. Mambo is Mambo. Get us back to the entrance. Go back to that central room. This turtle dungeon is intense, man. There's a lot going on in this dungeon. Alright, we're gonna make our way to the club side, which was over here. So, let's go this way. Guys, give me 1 second. I think that's my kid wanting some snack or something. I will be right back. And as always, I put my handy dandy probably pooping sign. I will be back in a minute. Alrighty, I am back. I heard growth on cake. Okay, yeah. The way someone put it is that I watch. If I have 10,000 viewers on Twitch and 1,000 on Kick, I will still make more money off Kick than I will Twitch. If you ever played Diddy Kong Racing, that's my game. I have an entire Ninja Styles. I have an entire playthrough of Diddy Kong Racing, and that game is also diabolical with the coin challenges. When I was a kid, I got through to mirror mode, and then I gave up because it was so hard. I got all the way through space, did all of those, then I went back and I did mirror mode. I did every single one of those. So I unlocked, you guys are talking about drumstick. He gets used pretty early on in the game, actually. You can unlock drumstick. But the coin challenges in mirror mode Adventure 2 are so ridiculous. But I did go through, and there's a playlist here where I did every single one of those. So yeah, Diddy Kong Racing is amazing. I love it more than Mario Kart, to be honest with you. You just like me, Wizpig, race 1 or 2. What's harder, you think? I think Wizpig Oh, the second race is harder. The one, if you're talking about the one where he's on a rocket in space, that's definitely harder than the first one on land. If you're talking about Tipsy or whatever her name is, the little mouse, you want an even blend of speed and controlling. So she has the best control, like traction and turning and stuff, but she's also the slowest. So I actually like to use Tip Tup, which he's the second best in terms of turning, but that's kind of my guy, is Tip Tup the turtle. I beat as a kid only because I wanted to prove my stepdad that I could. It's hard. You know what game is harder than DKR though? Excite Bike 64. I remember the original Excite Bike on the NES. I don't think I ever played the 64 version. Almost made me smash my TV. It's so hard, yeah. Never played, gonna buy it. Are you Ninja Styles? Are you talking about... Crap, your name's Jimmy. Was it Jimmy? Or was that... No, it was you. My bad. Are you talking about DKR or are you talking about Excite Bike? Tip Tup still controls like dog water though. I love Tip Tup, man. I actually think it's harder to control the bigger characters. I think so. Drumstick is pretty fast. I hate his controls. Absolutely hate them. But one thing I never did, the only thing I never did completely, was do all the time trials on the 64. It's harder than on like the DS version that they made, which I've never played, but I've been told it's easier than on the 64, is to get all the time trials so that you unlock, I forget the time guy's name. He's got some quirky name, the time clock. He is so hard to unlock, and by the time you can unlock him, you've already beat the game, I feel like. So it's like, what's the point? To me, Tip Tup and, was her name Pipsy? The mouse, the yellow mouse, they control basically the same, but Tip Tup's top speed is just a slightly bit higher. Now, someone middle of the road, like Diddy Kong himself, he's like straight down the middle of acceleration, top speed, and turning. So you could just do that. There's a guy who played using like the worst handling character, which I think is Crunch. He's the crocodile. His handling is absolutely terrible. And he made it a challenge to try to beat the entire game, including mirror mode and coin challenges and everything, using the worst character. And he used a cheat, which is like an anti-cheat, where it made everything harder. It's like no balloons. You pick up certain balloons and they actually make you slower, and he still managed to beat the game using Crunch with all of that. I beat the whole game with Tip Tup. Like, did not need to change. I think I tried changing over and I hated it, and then I just went back to Tip Tup. So you can absolutely beat the game with any character. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to do that, but everyone everyone has a preference, I guess. Yeah, all the characters have different strengths. Never knew that till a couple years ago. Yeah. I mean, Mario Kart is the same way. The bigger your character is, the more top speed you have, but the worse you're turning. And then and the opposite is true. The smaller characters, like everyone liked Yoshi and Toad. Toad is like best acceleration. So if you have a lot of turns in that race, then he's your guy to go with. But then your top speed is garbage. So that's kind of how it works. If you're right down the middle, then just Diddy Kong for Diddy Kong Racing, and Mario is pretty standard as well. He's not the fastest, he's not the worst turning. That's just how those games kind of go. And similar with Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, I also did a playthrough of that game, and I just did a run through with Anakin. So playing as Diddy is needed for some bosses like the dragon. Yeah. Nah, man. I did everything with Tip Tup. It's possible. Sometimes, funny enough, just patience is what you need to get through them. Not necessarily, just going all out. The dragon was rough, especially the second time. The DS version sucks. They shoehorned in touch controls. They also had, talking about the DS for Diddy Kong Racing, they also got rid of characters because of the rareware thing. I think we talked about that in another stream, how they They got rid of Conquer because of everything that happened with that character, which we know now. Silver Coin Challenge is just an FPS mode where you can tap the coins. That's terrible. They absolutely nerfed it and made it to where it wasn't difficult. I played it on my 64 and I wanted to throw my controller at the screen so many times, but I promised the people watching my videos that I would do it because that's what I set out to do, and I did it. So if you want to laugh at me just forever, watch the WizPig 2 race on mirror mode, because everything in there is meme worthy. Just go back and watch that one. I thought the dragon was harder than WizPig. I think when I was a kid, I thought that's kind of how it felt, and then when you go back, watch my video for like the fire dragon, and I forget what the village is called, Greenwood Village or something like that. And I think I had the same sentiment until I realized that you just needed some patience and not to hit the fire things that he leaves behind. I saw that Crunch video. I beat the time trials with drumstick and unlocked TTT. That's what his name is. With drumstick. I totally forgot that. Yeah. Beating the time trials also causes you to have to learn how to do that counter steering thing. Because the quickest way around a map is learning how to drift in one direction while facing your steering wheel in the other. That probably makes no sense the way I just explained that, but if you've played the game, you probably know what I'm talking about. You get more top speed by doing that. It's weird. It's a bizarre mechanic, but it works. Land is harder, space is fucking easy. I don't think that at all. I think I could handle both of them now, especially after having done it. But I think what got me is there's a room in the space one where there's just like bullets flying everywhere. And those hit me so many times, even though I was in front of WizPig, it just drove me up a wall. They got rid of Banjo, Conquer, and Timber and replaced them with DK characters. Ugh. Once you get to space, you unlock drumstick, and space is easy. If I remember, you can unlock drumstick by just running over the frog that's got the little rooster thing on it, and you can do that immediately. I don't think you have to access space to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. The best racing game of all time, at least in my opinion. I like it too. The Super Drift, holding Z and R. It's not just holding Z and R, but you have to turn away. You have to turn in the direction of the thing that you're leaning away from, if that makes sense. Otherwise, you don't counter drift. And if you do it for too long, you spin out. So it's like you have to kind of finesse it. The frog doesn't show up until you get to space. Is that right? I don't remember. In my playthrough, I think what's funny about that game is if you don't reset it, then it keeps drumstick from the last time you played it, and for me would have been like 1997. So maybe you're right, and I had that character already. It was sitting in the selection screen. Just watched it, the blindfolded guy. There's a blindfolded guy that does it, and there's another guy who just decided, I'm gonna do this. It's like my life's work. And he did it. It was a couple years ago. It wasn't a recent thing. He stays unlocked on new playthroughs, yeah. Alright, let's get back into this game. We are talking about DKR. I love it. Check out those playthroughs. If you want to just check out highlights of it, that's cool too. It's on there. I definitely recommend watching me race WizPig. It took a while, but every moment of it is sheer brilliance. Meaning it's just a rage. It's just road rage is what I had. So, all right, we're on our way to the... I just said we're on our way to the club. We're on our way to the club. Okay, this is one you have to sort of think about. Can I just go up top? Okay, if I do this, and then up, and then jump, and can I aim it down, or do I have to do it from the other side? Can you aim downward? I don't want to do it there, because that'll ruin what I'm trying to do. We'll go up. I need to think about this one. Oh, you can go down. Okay. All right, we're gonna try that. So if you do these in the wrong order, then you screw yourself out of having the right platform to be able to. We're gonna go down, and then you do the next one. If you do this in mid-air, you should be able to. Okay. I think there's another way to do this, but I think I'm committed now. You gotta time your jump. Oh. I think I could have kept that first block. And then I wouldn't have that problem. There's definitely an easier way to do this. And I think I messed it up. Oh, it aimed it up. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Now you can just walk across. There we go. Alright, similar thing here. So, these things don't fall. I'm trying to remember what my favorite racing game is, but I don't think I have one. Yeah. I have a racing game on the Sega Genesis called Pro-Am. It's not the greatest racing game. It is also just full of rage, but it is one that I remember playing with my brother, and I love that game. It's called Pro-Am Racing on the Sega Genesis. Like I said, I don't think it would be my favorite by any means, but fond memories for sure. Okay. I need both of those platforms, so how am I gonna do this without messing up my route? I need that top one. Yeah, a lot of people don't know when you hit the boosters to let off the gas, you'll go twice as fast. Oh yeah, you get the green fire in DKR if you let go. A secondary thing, if there's a gas behind you and it turns into a rainbow color, if you wait for that rainbow color after you've done your boost, which again it only happens if you let go of the accelerator, if you mash A when you see that rainbow thing, you'll get an additional little bit of boost. So that's another one. Maybe you didn't know that one. The ones I've played most would be DKR, Excite Bike 64, and F-Zero GBA. Yeah, F-Zero on the SNES was pretty fun, and DKR, and I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so I like the Episode 1 Racer. I don't know that it's a great game, but it was definitely different than other ones. And then Pro-Am on the Sega Genesis, which I mentioned. And then I'm trying to think of other ones. Wave Race? I have Wave Race on the 64. That's a fun game too. I don't know that it's amazing, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm just gonna mess around with this because I don't think I should be able to jump from here. There we go. I was talking too much. There we go. Still need to try Wave Race 64. I will do it on the channel. Again, I've got a ginormous list of things. Okay, we have made it to the boss, so let's do this. Who is this boss? Because I don't remember. We've got the magic rod. Let's go. Crackle, whoosh, you're finished. I will never let you play the instruments of the sirens. Oh, the big fire thing. This looks like a big Mario hothead. I think I can just continuously attack this guy with... Okay, this is a combination of Argus from the way he moves around the map, I mean. Can I just hit him with my... Yeah, you can do that. Argus from Link to the Past shuffles around the room, he bounces around, and I likened it to the DVD player thing from The Office, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh no, you can't hit him with your sword, you have to hit him this way. Oh, we've got another one, okay. Got him. Actually, why'd you come here? If it weren't for you, nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. This is like your last attempt. He's telling you, you cannot wake the windfish. Remember, you too are in the dream. Constant reminders that things are going to go astray here. If you do what is tasked to you by the owl, I guess. No one else really cares, I guess. Actually, I think my favorite racer is Hydro Thunder on the N64. It's not amazing, but it's just one of those fun arcade racers that you want to keep. Yeah, I mean, racing games are racing games, man. Like, is there anything... Like, there are modern racers that are, like, hyper physically real, like Forza. Not the new line of Forza. I actually don't like the new line of Forza. I like the old line that ended with 6. Where it was like very mechanically astute. It was like physically the right thing. And then it just turned into another arcade. Not that there's anything wrong with arcade style, but they just started as a mechanical thing. But other than that, all the other games are the egg on the mountain calls. All other racing games are just about how you feel about it. When it's super fun, it's super when you have a lot of friends playing with you, it's fun to do that. So, let's talk to Ulrira. We only have one thing left to do, but like, for the storyline, I mean, I don't have like hearts and all of that stuff. This is Ulrira speaking. It's time for you to face the egg on Mount Tamaranch. Be careful. I think my favorite racer, yeah. I love playing Diddy Kong Racing. The snow levels around Christmas when there's snow on the ground always felt magical to me. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of Christmas themed stuff in there too. Hydro Thunder Hurricane on Xbox and PC is really good, but I specifically enjoy the N64 version the most, even more than the better looking Dreamcast version. I don't think I played those. So is that a another kind of jet ski sort of game? There's like Snow Runners as well. Not Snow Runner. There was a 1080. That was a game that people really, really liked. The snow levels are still fun with the Christmas theme tunes. Yeah, the music in DKR is also way better than people remember. To this day, people talk about Mario Kart 64, but I have always preferred DKR instead. Yeah, so all we have left is to go to this thing. Now, if you guys weren't here on the last stream, you have to go to the library in this game. And I actually ended up writing this down because that's going to come up here. I don't know if Dunk Nasty's probably not here anymore because he did not want his playthrough ruined. He is currently playing through this game for the first time. But one of the things I had to do was go to the library, and I actually physically wrote it down in my notebook. Because there's like arrows that tell you the passageways of the egg. That's literally what it's called. And you don't know that until you get there. But I wrote it all down, and it changes with every game. So if you play this game right now, the passageways will be different for you than they are for me. So that's also pretty interesting. It's a speed boat racer. Hurricane is backwards compatible on Series X and is only around $5. I think it's digital only though because it's an XBLA game. Yeah. Okay, what's our fastest way to... Let's just do this real quick. Oh, you know what we haven't done? Let's see how many seashells I've got, just in case that's going to help me in the final battle. And we'll see what we've got. I don't think I plan on doing all of the heart pieces and stuff, because we're going to move on probably to Metroid after this, but we're going to have at least another... Okay, I think we unlocked some seashell. I bet it's the tuning fork that allows you to actually... Yep, it's the tuning fork. So, I don't think this is a feature. So, part of the way they got seashells up in this game, or down from the original version, however you want to think about it, is this item allows you to sense for more seashells. So, you're not completely blind. And even still, it's hard to find all the seashells. But yeah, it just beeps at you when you get near one, and then whatever screen that's on, it might be you need to dig, or sometimes it's other things. So, Sonic All-Star Racing games are really good. I think I bought my son a Sonic All-Star Racing game. I don't remember. It was part of another like compilation of Sonic games. Don't exactly remember. I'll have to check those. Those are fun, and so is like Crash Team Racing is pretty good. To me, it's just like what character do you like, because in the end they're all pretty similar. It's more about how you felt when you were a kid playing these games, in my opinion. Okay, Dompe's shack should be sort of the closest to this game. CTR and I feel really good, especially when they have the live service events. Yeah, I don't think I did that. I don't think I was playing on those like that. I joined online gaming fairly late. Like, some friends did it, but I don't think I technically did anything live until I got all the way to like my Xbox One, which would have been like, 2014, 2015, something like that. So, we played live like Halo 2 back in the day with friends, but I didn't have it until a little bit later. Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this, so you guys come back on Tuesday, my regular stream time, and we are going to do a final run through of the end of this game. So I don't want to pull in the cinematic cut here of the of making it to the Windfish. I want to leave it all in one stream. But as usual, I thank you guys for joining. I always appreciate having you guys in the chat. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. Check out all the playlists for all the different games, and we're going to get to all sorts of other games here in the future. This will be, I'm assuming this will probably be the last one for Link's Awakening, and we'll do some Super Metroid. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11:45. That's Central Time. I know we have viewers from all over the place, so that's super cool as well. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you then. All of you, have a great weekend at this point. It's Thursday, so I won't see you guys until Tuesday. Alrighty.